Good morning, good evening, and good night. Of course, it depends in where in the world you are. I'm Diego Gomez, and today, guys, we're going to be talking about some big news that happened some hours ago, specifically in the United States. And today, we are going to talk, and as you may see in the thumbnail of the video, about this visit of the Vice President of the United States into the border between Mexico and the United States. Guys, last night, the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, announced that she is going to arrive this Friday in the border city of El Paso, Texas, together with the Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, in their first trip to an area that is receiving record numbers of undocumented people, also undocumented immigrants, and after receiving a strong criticism from Republicans for not having visiting the most obvious scene for the immigration crisis since the arrival at the White House in last January of 2021. As you remember, in early May, the President Joe Biden entrusts Kamala Harris with the challenge, a very hard challenge, to ensure and try to relieve the arrival of tens of thousands of undocumented immigrants to the southern border of the United States. Also, many of them are arriving in families with young children and unaccompanied minors from the majority of them from Central America. Also, they became one of the first challenge of this democratic government. Also, in the month of May alone, this is very important facts. In the month of May, the border patrol have reported almost 180,000 illegal crossing attempts between the southern border of the United States, and also this is the highest number in almost 2 decades in the United States. Very important facts. The highest number of immigration have been reported during the government of Joe Biden. Also, this visit of Kamala Harris and Mayorkas to the border will also take place a week after the Secretary Mayorkas have a meeting in Mexico, specifically in the city of Mexico, with several officials from the government of Andrés Manuel López Obrador, who are also advocating for the rapid opening, the quickly opening in the common border of the United States and Mexico for non-essential activities, a closure that has already extended more than a year right now, and since the start of the pandemic, and that it's going to be extended until July 21, at least until July 21. Also, if we look closely on what happened during the last weeks, we can remember that Kamala Harris, the vice president, in early June made her first trip, her first international trip as vice president. She visited Guatemala, her first international trip as a vice president, to discuss with the president of Guatemala, Alejandro Yamatei, about American immigration, Central American immigration to the United States. From there, she addressed the migrants by asking them, as the government has done on more occasions, don't come. Please don't come to the United States. Also, she warned that the only ones who benefit on this illegal migration are the coyotes. The statement was criticized by pro-immigrant organizations who also allege that when migrants move from their countries, it's because it's the last option they have. On the other hand, there is a very polemic reaction about this trip from Kamala Harris to the city of El Paso, Texas, the border between the United States and Mexico, because one of the guys that reacted during the last hours to this announcement is the ex-president of the United States, Mr. Donald Trump. Also, in the recent days, we can also take a look and learn that Donald Trump is going to visit. They announced that it's going to visit the Texas border on the next June 30. It's going to be accompanied by the governor of El Paso, Texas, the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott. So Donald Trump is going to visit during this couple of weeks that are going to be, he is going to visit the border between Mexico and the United States. And also, after learning about Harry's trip, about the vice president trip, the ex-president always in his style react by saying that the vice president would never have gone into the border of Mexico if she had not found about the plans of Donald Trump. This is very polemic also in the social media, specifically in Twitter. Donald Trump released a press release in we can also take a look at this statement by Donald Trump. As you can see, it's in Twitter, and in which Donald Trump announced a very important facts about his reaction to the trip of the Vice President Harris into the border between Mexico and the United States. As you can see, here says, after months of ignoring the crisis at the southern border, it is great that we got Kamala Harris to finally go and see the tremendous destruction and death that they've created, a direct result of Biden ending my very tough but fair border policies. Harris and Biden were given the strongest border in American history, and now it is by far the worst in America history. If Governor Abbott and I were going the next week into this border, she would have never gone. As always, I invite you to chat right here below in the comment section and tell me, what do you think about this very polemic words by the ex-president Donald Trump? Do you think that he's correct? This is true, this is false? And also, I invite you to comment, what do you think about this decision by the Vice President Kamala Harris to go and visit the border between Mexico and the United States, a very polemic and criticized place during the last weeks from the Republicans, alleging that there is and exists a very important migration crisis in the United States. Also, I have here for you some very important facts about the detentions during this fiscal year in the United States, because the fiscal year has shown that migration figures had not been seen in the final years of the Trump era. It accumulates also approximately 929,000 arrests made by the Border Patrol in the South. Also, since January, the escalation has gone from 78,000 detained migrants to almost 1,800 in Maine. For that month, the number of migrants from Central America fell, whose numbers had increased permanently in previous year, and also the arrest of people from other countries increased during the last months. Countries such as Nicaragua, Ecuador, and also Venezuela in the United States. So very important facts, during the last months, these numbers of arrests from the Border Patrol have increased to numbers that have not seen in the United States from almost approximately 2 decades. So this is the situation right now in the United States, and always I invite you to chat and tell me, what is your opinion about this situation? Do you think that it exists a migration crisis in the United States? And also, as always, I invite you to follow me in my social media that is down here below: Facebook Diego Gomez TV, Twitter and Instagram at Diego Reportero, and also subscribe and hit the notification bell right here in my YouTube channel, Diego Gomez TV. This was all for today, and I hope to see you in my next streaming. Goodbye.